I did look like, yeah. Shut up, man. It's this big ass screen I got right here.
Grab a glass of your best liquor and tune into Preezee Does It Live.
Don't talk about me looking over my equipment. You can't
I
even
was
see
trying to
your
figure out.
equipment ain't even in the house.
It's true. You were like,
Yeah, I had to
where
look
were you
over the
going?
no over there. Can you see it?
Okay, all right.
Over that way.
Over
That's
there.
where I was going. To that folder over there. Shut up. Welcome to the show, y'all. This is Preezee. See, I missed my cues. Hold on.
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
What up, everybody? This is Preezee Does It Live. We're talking about people's equipment. I'm looking over my thing, but we're gonna go back since you want to clown me for looking over.
Right. Tell me you have too much tech without telling me you got too much tech. What are you looking at? Are you dragging and dropping from like this is like the Enterprise?
Minority Report over here, just right? You know. But we ain't gonna talk about your Wi-Fi. Let's discuss your Wi-Fi again. Let's tell everybody about your shitty Wi-Fi.
My Wi-Fi is so shitty that I live on the 4th floor of my apartment, and I have better Wi-Fi reception downstairs from my Wi-Fi than I do in my own house.
And I said that's bad. That's bad for you to have your own Wi-Fi, better reception outside of your house than you do in the house. And the router is like right there, right?
Right. I am literally 4 floors down, and it will connect seamlessly. I don't get it. Even in the alley behind my apartment building, it's like you're connected to Rebel Alliance. I'm like, why? Why? I'm not in the building.
Is that your router name?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you credit on that. That's pretty dope. I ain't mad at that.
But how does the Wi-Fi is it laser beams? I don't understand.
It's you got that old infrared Wi-Fi.
Right. I feel like it's infrared. It's just like someone is just holding a gun and it's shooting. It can't
be line of sight. If you ain't in line of sight, it's like that walkie-talkie technology. That's how your Wi-Fi is. You got them. What is it? The E. You're on the E, the Edge service. That's the service you got.
I had better reception on a chirp phone than I do with this Wi-Fi.
That's funny. Well, hopefully one day you'll upgrade. Or do you want to say what service you're with? What service are you with?
What do I have Spectrum.
Ew.
Right. And then I literally started paying double because it was supposed to increase my speed, and it did nothing. It was worse. I was like, just bring me back down. Just bring it back down. I'm good.
Yeah, Spectrum is like the worst though. Yep. It's the worst. We had Spectrum for maybe like 3 months at our old spot, and it was actually when we first started the podcast. Remember? Yeah. And I had the shitty Wi-Fi then because we had shitty cameras and shitty Wi-Fi, and it just wouldn't connect, and everything was messing up, and that was Spectrum. And when we left Spectrum, we've been doing fine ever since. Spectrum is the worst.
It's awful. It doesn't make sense for my Apple TV to be buffering. It is plugged in to the router. Why is it buffering?
I don't even know what that looks like. How does the Apple TV buffer?
It would just pause, and then it'll be like a little thing going across the screen. When I'm trying to watch a movie on Netflix, there's a pause.
You basically just have dial-up.
Buffering. I got dial-up. You got dial-up. Get dial-up.
Yeah.
Right. I might as well.
It might be faster. If you had actual dial-up, it might be faster.
I think it would be faster. I remember my AOL being faster than this.
You got mail. So, but if you want to sue these companies, who'll be a great lawyer for you?
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You never know. It would be great to have a brilliant lawyer to sue some companies or sue this particular company so you can get you faster internet.
Yeah, I mean, Van Jones said this person will be an excellent attorney. So it must be true.
Has to be. Apparently, Van Jones predicts Kim Kardashian will be an unbelievable attorney.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be Unbelievable.
I'm assuming he's saying unbelievable as like good, I guess, but I'm saying unbelievable as like shitty. I can't imagine having. No, you know where I was going with it. I cannot imagine having Kim Kardashian as my lawyer for anything. It could be a simple DUI.
Yeah, I don't know. She'll come in late with Starbucks and she'll be like, first of all, Your Honor, not guilty. Seriously? Like, oh.
What's the other word? Literally?
This is literally the worst charge against my client, Your Honor. Like,
yeah.
I did it.
I scrolled down in this article, man. Look. This is how she'll be. See, this might look good if it was any other person, but to see her prepping for your case like this, though.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else, I'd be like, "Oh, what? this how we prepping?" But seeing that it's plastic Kardashian, I'm like, ugh. That's the worst. But I guess that's how she's studying. To get her, so. What is the law degree? The bar, pass the bar?
Trying to pass the bar, I guess.
Pass the bar, at the bar?
I don't doubt that she may be intelligent or anything. I don't know her. I just have seen her interactions with people, and she just does not seem very eloquent.
No.
And she would get on my nerves as an attorney.
Yeah. Yep. Just from the way she talked, like you said, she could have all the knowledge in the world, but I can't see her stringing together coherent sentences to make sense to the jury or whatever. I don't know.
You guys, I like a continuance because I tore my panty. Like, it's always gonna be something. I'd like to give everyone in the jury a pair of Skims. You can't do that.
Well, first of all, that's bribery, Kim.
You can't do that. Just go to my website, type in.
But how do you think she even got to this place? To be wanting to be considered a good attorney? I
don't know. I think to her, maybe it looks nice. I don't know if it's sincere. I doubt the sincerity of most things they do as a client. I don't know, what are they called? A gaggle of Kardashians? A murder?
a murder.
Crows? A murder of Kardashians? I don't know. Everything they do is pretty calculated. So I doubt the sincerity of whatever is going on with Kim Kardashian.
Because it could just be for the gram.
Right. And I do understand that her father was an attorney. But her father was not an Instagram model. Her father did not have a sex tape with Ray J. So, like, it's a lot of differences here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if she was like a public defender, you committed a crime and she walked in, what would you do? Did you ask for somebody else?
No, I'm gonna see what happened. You already know how I like to see what happens.
I should. Okay, now don't answer that as yourself.
So now I'm in jail because I saw what happened.
Okay, let me ask myself. If I saw Kim Kardashian walk in as my public defender, you know what? I would low-key be kind of curious too.
See? I'm going to see what happens.
I would, because worst case scenario, now people know who you are because it's going to be all over everything.
Right.
It's going to be everywhere. Especially if it's her first case. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm going to make sure I look cute. Everything is a photo op. I'm sitting in the seat like
that? Like she is now?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would low-key be kind of curious to see what happens.
I want to see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know though, but at the same time, I'm like, I'll give her 3 days. Like if I was on trial, I give her 3 days you get that, see what happens, see how it goes, and then be like, all right, can I get somebody for real in here?
But the thing is, if she is proven to be incompetent, you can legally have a new trial. So like I may just see what happens, and then if she's completely incompetent, I'm like, all right, let's do it again, y'all. I'll just play.
Yeah.
Like, get a whole new lawyer, start over.
Yeah. But yeah, the prep, the study and shit, I don't know.
Like, who's taking the pictures?
Right. Because Ye not there no more, but she's still wearing Yeezys.
She's still wearing the Yeezys, so I guess legally she's required.
And this looks super Photoshop. Look at her thigh area right here.
I know.
This little butt cheek area.
Who sits just on the full coccyx? Like, she's not even sitting on the butt. She's just on the coccyx. But who sits on the coccyx?
That's because she got a butt pillow under her backside.
The coccyx is the bone. She's sitting on the bone right now. This don't look comfortable.
I don't know. This is all weird.
Can you imagine them delaying your trial because she's getting her like hair extensions redone?
I don't know. That's weird. Oh, look at this though. Since I clicked on it and didn't refresh the frame, let me do this.
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
And this is kind of right up your alley because you posted something recently about you just got out of a relationship. Well, you got out of a relationship in 2017. You didn't get into a new relationship until recently, right? How are you explaining that?
In the relationship, I'm just saying I just started like taking it
seriously. Yeah. So if it got to the point, would you ask somebody to marry you?
I would rather vacuum the beach than ask a man to marry me.
Down on one knee and everything?
The only way I would get down on one knee and propose is if I was dating a woman. I'm not gonna do this to no dude. No? Like I don't even call first. Like, why would I?
And you see her crew back there with the marry me sign?
They so happy. And look at her. Look at her arms. Like, she's so excited about this.
Very. That's that tucked in, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is happening. Straight bare knee to ground.
Nah.
Giggly. And he just standing there like, huh?
I would rather mow Dodger Stadium with toenail clippers.
Wow.
Than ask a man to marry me. First of all, I don't even know if I want to get married again. I don't know if I want to get married again, first of all. Secondly, hell no. No. Do you think you would be cool with that? If somebody like, you got surprised and she down on one knee, will you marry me?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. I would probably beat her to the punch anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what you were thinking you would ask, right?
Yeah.
But if it didn't cross your mind.
in the off chance that she did this, I would hope that it wouldn't be in a public setting like this. It would be, at home or on the couch or whatever. But if this happened, I don't know. I think I'll low key be embarrassed.
I would be embarrassed in the public setting if a man asked me to marry him already. That's not my thing. Just to ask me in public. No. Oh, Anthony says his first wife asked. Well, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we proceed with that one?
First wife.
Yeah, right. So apparently.
So
there, yeah. So yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, kind of answers itself.
Yeah. The moral of this story, folks.
Yep. With that, we can move on. You know what I'm saying?
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
Straight answered it for us. So when you pick your your person, and now you get on one knee and you ask them to marry you, your criteria for picking that person, I'm assuming, would depend on
how they eat their steak. Exactly.
How they eat their steak. Right. That's very important.
It's very important
that you consider this.
It is.
All other foods don't matter.
Right.
Steak. So let me ask you, TaSh.
53% of people, it's a deal breaker.
53%. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot to consider your steak being a deal breaker on how you eat your steak.
First of all, do people really eat steak that much? I'm trying to think, how often do I eat steak that it would just like rock my world? It's
First
like
of all,
treat. It's a sometimes thing, right? I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I eating steak wrong?
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I eat steak a lot, or used to, not really recently. I had my first ribeye in like months, last week actually. But I'm a steak guy.
Right.
But not enough to where I would consider that a deal breaker on if I'm gonna date somebody or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, for 53% of 2,000 respondents say that's a deal breaker, that's a lot.
Okay, so wait, let me rewind. So I once decided that I would not date someone because I had a bunch of the Starburst jelly beans, which only come out once a year. And they asked for some and they just grabbed a handful and ate the whole handful. Like they didn't all have individual flavors. And I was like, nah, I can't date him. This is not, first of all, he didn't even taste it. This is not food, it's candy. That's weird. You can't just eat like a fistful of jelly beans like it's food. Who does that? So I was like, nah.
But I do the only one I don't do is the Jelly Bellies. Like you got to eat the Jelly Bellies individual.
But the Starburst ones are like Jelly Bellies because each one has a different type of flavor. So imagine if somebody just stuck a fistful in your Jelly Bellies and just was like, when you be like, the fuck?
Psychopath.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure you pour milk first on your cereal. That's weird.
I just thought about that. Like, who does that? What? You put a bowl of milk and then you put the cereal?
You put the cereal on top of the milk.
Weird ass.
But when it comes to steak, I feel like, what that got to do with me?
Long as you eat.
Right. And I'll be more concerned with how they eat me, not how they eat steak. Like, that's an important thing.
Right.
Yeah, no.
If you considered steak being a deal breaker, what would it be? What level of doneness would be a deal breaker?
Medium. Well, anything past medium. I'll be okay with like medium well. If you're like, okay, medium well, that's your thing. Like, you barely made it. Come on. But
well done, out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out the door.
I agree. I think medium well pushing it.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because you gotta consider the cook, because sometimes you don't always get it perfect every time. You gotta shoot for medium.
Right.
If it goes over, that can happen. Okay, fine. But if you're like well done, no. My sister-in-law.
Right, because then I'm kind of like,
well done.
I'm like, why don't you like nice things?
Yeah. What's your steak
like
choice?
They don't like nice things. Medium, of course.
Medium? Okay. All right.
Yeah. What about you?
Medium.
You like rare? Medium?
No, fuck no. Rare? Nah. I've tried it. Well, no, I haven't tried rare. I tried, what is it? Medium rare?
Yeah, I've tried medium. I like medium rare.
That little bit of rawness in the middle, but I'm like, nah, that's not my thing. It gets a little chewy, you know what I mean? So you got to have the right quality steak, medium, done.
I think the only time I had medium rare and I was just incredibly satisfied, I think that my dinner by myself cost like $120. Just my own food. I'm like, okay, but I can never go back there.
Where was it?
It was It was near the Stinking Onion. I don't remember the name of the place.
Was it Laurie's?
Nobu or something? No, it wasn't Laurie's. It was like Nobu or like one of those restaurants over there.
The most expensive steak was at LG's in Redlands. Ooh. And we didn't pay for it though. Her company, we were on our honeymoon and they paid for it. And it was like a $400 ticket. And we were like, whatever. But it was the best. I had this when I was on my filet mignon kick. And I had the best filet mignon. It was literally fork tender. No knife required, just fork. We had like a hand tossed Caesar salad and some lobster mac and cheese. Like it was everything. But that steak though, like that fork tender steak, I have yet to have another one that tender. And we went back to LG's after that. We went to that one in Palm Springs. Mm-hmm. And same thing, but it wasn't. It was there, but it was good, but it wasn't that first experience of like taking a fork through a steak though, like it's cake.
Right.
And I was like, man, the best. Now I want steak though. Fuck.
I want steak too. I do. I want steak and like something green, like Brussels sprouts or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Or asparagus.
Yeah.
Steak and asparagus. Some like garlic mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and I want to eat until I'm uncomfortable. That's what I want right now.
Yeah, where you just sit back and you can't talk no more. Right. Yep.
Where I close my eyes for a second at the table, not to sleep, but just to like center myself.
And like they ask you, "Are you good?" And your response is, "Oh." Yep.
I've done that.
That's all you got.
You reach for your water.
Yeah. So let me get the drop so we can break this one.
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
Okay, I was gonna do a TaSh takedown today because usually you have good segments on your love triangles and situations and DMs and whatever. And before we get to this story, what's like the craziest situation you've ever been in with somebody, like on a date or maybe even kicking it at their spot or at a hotel or something? Like, what's the craziest thing that you could have had that has happened to you on a date?
Probably when he went to pick up his wife from work because she got off of work. And I was like,
I think you told us that story. And
then, but okay, I mean, found out that they were married, but they were not together. And I'm like, okay, that's pushing it. And then met his girlfriend.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. So what's like the craziest maybe sex situation that you can tell on air?
I haven't had any crazy sex situations yet.
Really?
I hope I don't have any. I don't know. I'd be traumatized if something crazy happened. Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't think I've had any crazy sex situations. I mean, I probably should have. I've been in situations where I'm like, something crazy probably could have happened right now.
Right.
But, thankfully.
Okay. So, have you ever had a threesome?
No, I haven't.
Would you want to? I mean, I'm not asking for. I'm not asking, but I'm just saying. Like, would you? Would you want? I mean, I can set it up for you. I wouldn't be involved, but I can set it up.
This sound bite.
Don't put that shit on TikTok.
I'm thinking about it.
No. What? Would you want to though? Like, would you want to?
I'm not opposed to having a threesome. I've tried. I'm not opposed to it. I would probably like to, but if it don't happen, I don't care.
You tried with, was it two girls, one guy, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've tried, but like, I mean, I've been in the room. I like to watch, so people have like let me watch and not participate. And I appreciate
What do you do when you watch?
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm supposed to be quiet, but in one situation, I was like, put her leg up, like you tripping. I was like critiquing.
So you're coaching. You're the Phil Jackson of the threesome.
Right. Like, come on, get it together. Get it together.
Okay. So here's a story. This rapper, MC Kevin.
First of all,
never heard of him.
First of all, your name is MC Kevin. You already lost me.
But MC Kevin jumps to his death off a hotel balcony because he thought his wife was about to catch him having a threesome.
But like, was she gonna kill him if she caught? She's like, I'd rather die on my own than have her kill me. Was that the choice?
I mean, apparently he must have assumed that, either outcome was death. So he chose to do it himself and jump off a hotel balcony to avoid getting caught. Okay, first of all, if you right, Anthony said I would have got caught. I would have go that route because marriage whatever, it don't work out, you can go have another threesome and get over it or whatever.
Right. And I'm wondering, like, did he ask her for a threesome and she was just like, no, and he's like, this is just how I live my life, I'm gonna have it no matter what? I'm trying to figure out like, why was he so committed to this threesome that he's like, I'm okay with dying over it. So he was 26. No, he was 23 and his wife was 26.
Yep. And I guess they say in the article he tried to jump to the balcony below, but lost his footing and plunged 5 floors, landing side of the swimming pool. Oh, so close.
Wait. It was, okay, so a model met NC Kevin and his friend Victor. So it was Kevin, Victor, and her in a threesome. And so I guess he was just trying to like hide, and then he jumped and tried to hit the pool.
So where's Victor? We need to talk to Victor.
Talk to Victor. We do.
Because we got questions now, and Victor needs to answer because, I would have blamed it all on Victor.
His wife is a criminal lawyer.
Ooh.
Yeah, she knows some people.
Yeah, so maybe the other alternative was death.
His wife is also 10 years older than him.
Yeah, he was scared. That's scary. But if you that scared, bruh,
don't do it.
Right.
Like if it's me, I'm just gonna unlock the door and be like, almost done. Like give me a moment.
And did she know what she was getting into dating a rapper though? Like if you say she's a criminal lawyer?
She's a criminal lawyer. A 33-year-old criminal lawyer, and he's a 23-year-old rapper.
So that's a mismatch right there.
Yeah.
Because especially if he's a rapper trying to live that life, you know what I mean?
Right. Let him and Victor do what they want.
Yeah.
But seriously, is Victor okay?
I still need. Yeah, where is Victor? We need to find Victor because we need to get some questions answered. Like, why? Because Victor could have run point and was like, "Oh snap, your wife is coming, bro. I got this." That's what the homie is supposed to be for, to block.
Right.
That's your wingman.
His wife and the model that he was sleeping with started fighting after the dude jumped. Like they were fist fighting.
So she didn't even run down to see what.
Well, I'm not gonna fight you, man. I'm not fighting you. We both lost.
So he jumped. They fight.
They fighting. They scrapping.
So
but still,
he did basically get caught.
Yeah, he did get caught. And
Yeah, I would have just.
What was Kevin doing this whole time they were fighting? I just want to know where was Kevin?
Like, bro, yeah, Victor is not the homie. Victor is not the homie because
Victor is not. Victor can't be. Victor's out of control.
Yeah,
I'm real disappointed in Victor.
In Victor,
like, the most. Yeah.
The more we think about it, it's like fucking Victor.
I feel like God. Victor is just to blame. I feel like.
Yep. That's what this article should read. Rapper MC Kevin jumps to his death because of Victor. Not because of threesome, because of Victor.
Yeah, because of Victor.
Yeah.
So they were going to pay her $1,000 each to have sex with them.
Pay that $1,000.
Yeah.
Get busted. You still have your rap career. Of whatever it is with your name being MC Kevin, and you go from there. And hopefully you don't have to get represented by your ex-wife in court one day.
Right. She's already there. But so the worst has already happened. She is already there. Now let's assume that he thought that he could escape or like run away. You are still caught.
Right.
Like you already got caught.
Right. So just leave it at that.
This is when Victor should have said, dude, they already caught.
Yeah. Again, Victor slipping.
Buy her something nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn it, Victor. Yeah, job,
get that
Victor.
Rap money. Yeah. Get that rap money, buy her something nice, and then go get a new homeboy because apparently Victor ain't shit.
Victor ain't shit. Right.
That's the takeaway from that story. We're gonna leave it at that.
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
What you say?
I didn't say anything.
just all that disappointment in Victor, huh? Just disgust. Fucking Victor. You know what? Change your name to We Hate Victor. Or no love for Victor. You've graduated from Chadwick Cheeto Houston. Your name is now No Love for Victor.
Energy. I don't want to give Victor any energy at the moment. I feel like Victor ruins lives. I don't want to give him any energy right now.
You put that on the screen, all of a sudden podcast stopped working. We can't get online no more.
I already have shitty Wi-Fi. I put his name on the screen. Now it's just going to cut all the way off.
We're going to call your Wi-Fi Victor.
Don't call. I rebuke all Victors.
Your unreliable Victor connection over there.
I rebuke it. I reject all Victors. No, rebuked.
Oh my goodness. So tell us something, man. Catch us up on some things before we get to this last article. You got anything for us that because we got to catch up with you sometime. You always have stuff going on a weekly basis.
Yeah, so I mean, I told you that I signed up for Bumble and Tinder, and I lasted like 10 days on each. It just was annoying. And then when I got to Tinder and I started making matches, people started saying things like, okay, this may be weird, but I follow you on TikTok. And I'm like, nah, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it.
Wait,
I don't like it.
You're uncomfortable that they follow you previous to finding you on Tinder?
Right. They are fans. Like they don't just follow me, they are a fan.
Oh.
So I'm like,
so that's an automatic no?
It's not an automatic no. It really depends on how they feel about it. Because like one guy was just sending me like paragraphs and paragraphs, really trying to impress me after he told me that he was a fan of mine on TikTok. So everything was just like vomit, just all over the screen. And I'm like, okay, good for you, guy. Yay. And it was weird. And then like he just really had references from my TikTok videos. And I'm like, I don't even remember what I post on TikTok. How do you remember this stuff?
Right.
And then another one was just like, I follow you on TikTok. Is that weird? And I was like, a little. And then he did not say anything else.
Wow.
Well,
was that like an instant scare away, or?
I don't know. I think people see me on TikTok and they expect me to be a certain way, and I'm not actually that way romantically. So I don't know. It's weird. So I paid for the premium membership for Tinder because I wanted to know what type of people liked me. Because I swipe all, but I'm curious. I'm like, what type of people are into me? But I wish I didn't do that, because paying for that just let me know that everyone dudes swipe left on, like, right on everyone. They just play the odds. They're like, yes, 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 yes. They don't read what I write. They don't care. And then when they got to that point, as soon as they would contact me, we would match. I'd be like, hi, I have kids. And then they would unmatch immediately. I'm like, I just at the same time. I don't like it.
What?
Even though that's in my bio, though, by the way. In my Tinder, it says that I have kids. It says I have how many.
Right.
But they don't read it.
What do you look for, though?
What do I look for? Okay, so I made a list. And so I need someone to be intelligent. We need to have, because I'm really attracted to intelligence. If you can teach me something, if you are knowledgeable, that gets my butter melted. I like that. I also like people who are kind. Like, a lot of people are not very nice to other people. Understanding, because I got a lot of weird things about me. And what I've noticed in the dating world is that the weird things about me are the things that people made fun of all the time. And it was felt like I was just constantly being put down by strangers that I didn't even care about. And I didn't like that. So if that person is kind and has empathy, then they won't do that. They also have to be like, understand that I'm sarcastic, understand that I'm introverted. I also put on my list, just want to know what kind of dinosaur I like, because I like dinosaurs.
So other than eating a well done steak, what will be the ultimate turnoff? Because obviously you got to see them. It's visual first,
right?
So what's the visual like?
A physical thing.
Yeah,
that's turning me up. If someone is just like severely overweight, like that probably would not be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't rule them out, but it would not be what I would go for, because I really value fitness. I really value active lifestyle. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be buff, but as long as you are a person who is physically active, that's really attractive for me.
So no laziness, obviously, but
right, you can't be lazy.
But physically, no. Swipe. Physically, what is it? Left?
Left. I think left is no.
Left is no. Okay.
Right.
And what? Anything else that will? So the physical, that's like nah.
No, I don't think it's really, because I mean, people I'm attracted to are not. It's not always a physical thing for me. It's a mental thing. I'm a sapiosexual. So if I can connect mentally with someone, that's
wait.
That's
what?
Where it is.
You're a what now?
Sapiosexual.
The fuck is that? Did you make that shit up?
So
what is that?
No. Sapiosexual means people who I can't be sexually attracted to someone who I don't have a mental or intelligence connection with.
Okay. I've never heard that term in my life ever.
Really?
No, never.
That's kind of my thing.
Okay. So you actually read their bios or captions?
Yeah, I read their bios. If they don't have a bio, it's automatically, well, before I deleted it. They don't have a bio, it's automatically a deal breaker.
Now, what's the bio turn on?
Turn on.
When you read it, it's like, ooh.
If they say something funny, but that's not like cliche, because a lot of people, they say the exact same things. But they say something that's
what's that?
Everyone would be like, I speak fluent sarcasm. I'm like, yeah, okay. Everybody says that.
That's after they read your shit, be like, oh, I get it. trying to connect somehow.
Sorry, I always said I speak fluent sarcasm in their bios. And then another thing that's really bad in the bios is that if a bio is talking only about what a woman should be, automatically, nope.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
It's always the dudes that be like, I hate drama, so don't be this and don't this and don't be, and those will be the most messy, dramatic dudes you ever want to be in your life.
Right.
Like that lets me know right away that this person is a problem.
Right.
But if the person is funny and they don't really take themselves too seriously, then that's a turn on for me. I'm like, okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you still on these services?
No, I deleted Bumble and I deleted Tinder. First I was gonna wait for the subscription to run out on Tinder before I deleted it. But since it tells you how many people like you when you buy the subscription, I was at like 1,200 people that like me, and I'm like, that's fake news. I live in the real world. They don't like me.
Have any of them told you like why they swipe right for you? I mean, obviously we know why, because it's a guy, cute girl. Yes, that will happen all the time. But have they? The ones you talk to?
Some do. Some will swipe right and be like, I swipe right because I really think your lips will look beautiful around my. And I'm like, unmatched.
No, really? That blunt, straightforward, huh?
Out the gate, 13 seconds in.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. That's not even 0 to 100. That's just always at 100.
I did end up meeting someone on Bumble right before I deleted it that I like talking to.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay. So not a total loss.
Not a total loss. But I mean, he also lives like 12 minutes from me. So I could have met him.
Yeah. So you haven't seen him in person?
But then again, I have seen him in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went on some dates.
There you go. All right. Who is this? Well, no. I know you don't want to name him.
Don't say.
Unless it goes bad, then we can talk about it.
Maybe, but he's a really nice guy. There was another guy that I met that's also from Bumble. We went on a date with, and even though when I described the date, he seemed weird to people. I didn't think he was weird. I thought it was nice that he was comfortable with being himself. But after the date, on the phone call, talking to him, because it's a white guy, like, and he used, like, dude, bro, that type of white guy. He started getting weird. He was like, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, this white boy is crazy. Like, he's saying stuff like that to me now on the phone. And
wow.
He also was like, it's all good in the hood, like cars on grass. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, you know how when Mexicans park their cars on the grass on Sundays? And I was like, oh Lord, I can't talk to this man.
Wow. So he was basically Chad Hanks. That's the dude?
Chad Hanks.
Yeah.
He just kept turning it on. He kept trying to like code switch with me. And he'd be like, girl. Like he would just like keep doing stuff like that. And he didn't do that at first. But he was like, at the end of the day, he was like, I'm going to burn you a CD. And I'm already like, how am I going to play the burn CD? Anyway, but he didn't burn the CD. He ended up texting me all the songs because he's like, I bet you would love this unreleased Tupac. And he sent me a bunch of songs. And then even before I listened to it, he just kept calling me to see if I was listening to it.
So
I'm like,
he'll text you the song and then call to ask you if you listen to it.
Right.
Wow.
But then he's also during this time, he's like, you didn't know that this white boy was that cool. And I'm like, stop saying that.
And that didn't work for you, huh? That didn't do it for you?
That do it for me.
I could have sworn that would have did it.
I'm not against dating outside my race. That's not like so maybe before beginning of this year, I would not have considered dating someone outside a different race. But now I'm like, whatever. Because if I meet all the qualities that I'm looking for and it just happens to be someone of a different race, I'm not gonna be like, but you're white though. Like I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm not gonna, because maybe maybe the things that I like the most just appeal to that demographic. So it is what it is.
Right. All right. Well, good luck with that.
You already know that I've never tried to date seriously. So now that like I'm trying to get to know people, it's weird. It's
so
weird.
How serious is serious for you now? Like you want to find somebody that is in the same vicinity as you?
Yeah. Because before then, I'd be like, I'm only dating somebody that's at least 3,000 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was supposed to be serious. But serious now is an actual like boyfriend that you see on a daily basis, talk to, a traditional, what we consider boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or maybe girlfriend.
Or maybe girlfriend. On Tinder, I had both on, so.
Hey. Did you get any female swipes?
I did. I got a lot of them.
And what happened with that?
Nothing. They were just women who wanted me to be the aggressor, and I wanted it to be mutual. And I'm like, what made you think that I was like, literally the first line of my bio says I am an introvert. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be the one who's out there for you. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, it could just be the head wrap. You know, the head wrap speaks dominance. You know, I don't know. I'm just making up shit. I'm just, I don't know. Would you? But you wouldn't want to be the dominant one, huh?
No.
And what is mutual? What does that mean?
I don't want to be the one who initiates all contact and all ideas. I don't want to be that person. Because number one, I have the most flexible schedule. Most people are out there in 9 to 5s, or they have more like rigid jobs. So if you want to talk on the phone, you're gonna have to be the one who calls me. I can't. Right. I'm not gonna know when you're free.
Right.
And then secondly, I'm an introvert, but I also need to know if you're interested. And I don't feel that someone's interested if I'm the only one reaching out all the time.
Right.
I don't.
So you wanna be pursued also.
Right. I want it to be a mutual pursuit.
Yeah. All right. I dig that. But so none of the women were.
No, they weren't.
Okay.
And then a lot of them were just looking for hookups.
Ah.
So I'm kind of past the.
Kind of like that guy that was like, your lips will look good around my.
Yeah.
And she was like, your lips will look good around my.
I'm past the hookup stage. I'm looking for someone who I don't mind being in the same space with. Like, so I posted on TikTok that I don't sleep with pillows. And the reason why that was relevant is because I was talking to a guy and he found out I didn't have pillows, and he was like, you're not a full adult if you don't have pillows. Like he tore me down for not having pillows. So I went to Target and I was in there like freaking out, and I was like, I should buy pillows. I probably need it. Like I was freaking out, and I ended up buying pillows that I don't use, and I ended up throwing them out. But I posted that on TikTok that I don't like pillows, and people were like, but what are your guests going to use? I'm like, both of you to assume I have guests. Why? Obviously, it's not like I'm 12. Obviously, if I have not had pillows up until this age, I don't want people in my house.
Right. I'll tell you what. I've never been over to your house yet. I've never been over to your house yet, but when I do come over, you better have a pillow.
I ain't gonna have no pillow.
I want a pillow. You better go get me a pillow and have a pee on it.
Pillow.
Yes.
It's gonna have a pee on it.
No, I want a pillow. You got to make sure I have a pillow that one time I visit your house. Have no idea when that's gonna be, but just make sure you have a pillow for me, please. And a medium steak.
Oh, now you're asking too much.
All right, well, let's get to this last one. Look here. This is interesting. This is weird, though.
You're listening to Preezee Does It Live.
I don't know what I would do if I was one of the workers for this situation and that shit happened, but a woman was moments from being cremated when she opened her eyes and cried. So when you die, you go through a process, right? To even get to that point where you're in a box for cremation. So how did they not hear like a heartbeat or the fact that she wasn't decomposing maybe?
I mean, you're not going to decompose that quickly, especially if they kept her chilled, then her heart rate would have already been incredibly low.
But there has to be some way to, check for that kind of stuff, right?
True, but it happens though. It still happens.
How though? Like, how does that happen? How are you moments from being cremated and then you wake up? Like, how do they not check for all that kind of stuff? Because don't they do like autopsies and stuff to the body before you cremate it?
No, not everybody. Not everybody needs an autopsy. If you're in the hospital for COVID and you die, they're not going to be like, well, let's just see how she died. Like, no, it's COVID. We know how she died.
I'm trying to see if the article is here.
And autopsy is just to determine how you died, or if you like donated tissue or something too, then they'll cut you up.
But don't they check for other stuff though? Like, even if it's not an autopsy, don't they? There has to be a process to that point. They don't just say, "Oh, you died, burn her now."
Right. She probably was in like a coma, but in the refrigeration.
And you can sustain a heartbeat that long?
Right. So I was reading a story of these people who went up hiking on the mountain, and then when they were up there, all of a sudden a blizzard hit. They had no jackets, they had no nothing. The woman, her eyes were on the back of her head, and she just fell down. Her heart stopped beating. She's freezing cold. Her heart stops beating for maybe almost 2 hours. She was dead for 2 hours. You know, nobody waits 2 hours to see if you're going to wake back up. But because she was cold, her body it lowered the metabolism for everything. So if you freeze or if you put a body in cold, your metabolism lowers to the point where your brain can function off of limited activities. So your organs don't need much, your body don't need much. You can still be alive. If she was probably out, then it probably would have been a little bit different, but it probably kept her in cold storage.
According to reports, an elderly woman from I guess it's supposed to be India. They put Indian, who was believed to have died from COVID-19, was moments from being cremated when she opened her eyes and began crying. According to reports, the 76-year-old woman tested positive for COVID-19. Her condition is currently unknown, but she was rushed back to the hospital. Ooh. And this was a couple of weeks ago. So I'm assuming she's still there. There's no follow-up.
They probably just burned bodies there.
There you go. Samantha says, happened to my uncle. And the nurse said
when he sat straight up.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would shit myself. Yeah. If I was a nurse,
if you were in a room,
even if I was just in the general vicinity and saw it in set up and start talking maybe or something. Oh no, I'll lose it. I will lose it. I will absolutely lose it.
Do you know where the term wake comes from, right?
No.
Because they didn't know if people would literally just wake up. So they would have the body laying in wake. You put it in a coffin, you dress it, and they would watch it for a certain amount of time to see if they would wake up, because they didn't know. This is not like a new thing. And even at one point they were putting bells that would go down to the coffin, where if you wake up when you're underground, you could.
I've heard that. I've heard that story before, that they put the bell just in case. But I didn't know the term wake was for
to make sure they
that's
were
almost
dead.
Literally they're waiting for you to wake.
Wake, right?
Wow.
That's literally how they would do it. The wake. So now we have the viewing. Sometimes we call it the wake, but the wake was literally the person in basically the living room of your house in a casket or in whatever for a certain amount of days to see if you'll wake up.
Wow. You learn something every day. I didn't know that, but it makes total sense though.
Right.
It makes sense. Because especially like in the I'm going to say the old timey days and they put the bell because you didn't have obviously technology you do now. So you probably could say, oh, yeah, he dead. But just in case,
right,
we going to give you this bell.
Give you a bell.
You ring it, we'll get you out.
We've been making mistakes lately.
Yeah. So to cover us, we'll give you this bell. That's crazy though. That's a crazy thought if you think about it. Like, how many people you put in the ground before you actually start forming a plan to get them out of the ground just in case. That's one job I couldn't do, man. You wake up
and you be like, oh, now I gotta ring the bell.
Where's the goddamn bell?
Where's the bell?
I couldn't do that job, like a mortician or anything in that field.
Takes a different kind of person to be able to handle that.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And even like digging the holes, like the groundskeepers and stuff. I don't know, man.
I could do it. They don't live there. They dead. They left.
Those your people. You actually want to be one of them. You walking around zombie and shit. Oh, I can't. Ethel. I can't wait for Ethel to wake up. She seems like fun. She died at 35. Oh yeah, she young too.
I'm gonna be working the backhoe listening to Thriller from by Michael Jackson the whole time. It's a Thriller.
Waiting for the breakdown. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Can't wait for Ethel to wake up. Who you waiting on? Ethel, man. She's right over there.
They gonna kick me out of the grounds for being weird.
They will. We saw you on camera in the back lot again.
Are you making TikToks here?
Yeah, making TikToks over near Ethel's headstone. We're gonna just don't come in tomorrow. Thanks. We'll forward you your check.
We're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah. You be sitting over there, but are you though?
Are you?
I'll be back.
I'll be back tomorrow. You know what? Talk to my lawyer, Kim.
Yeah. Right. On that note, thank y'all for tuning in. If you need a lawyer, last name Kardashian, and make sure you have a bell string when you're 6 feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those are the takeaways for today. Yeah. Right?
Make sure you wake up before they cremate you.
Yeah. And eat medium well steaks.
Medium well steaks. And unsubscribe from Tinder. It's a horrible
Don't even subscribe in the first place.
Yeah, don't do it.
Save yourself a whole lot of time and effort. You know?
And also don't ask your man to marry you.
Wait, what?
Don't ask your man to marry you unless you just want to be the first wife.
Why?
It's not gonna work out.
But see, if you ask him and then you go for a nice medium well steak dinner, maybe.
Say, yeah, that's true. That is true.
Maybe. Oh, and I did see something. Here's some news for you guys because I know everybody drinks. Apparently, eating asparagus before you drink will help prevent hangovers.
Really?
I read that today.
Okay.
So on my way to Ralph's to get some asparagus, and I'll let you know on the next show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Find her, Carnival Jedi, on Instagram and TikTok. Find me on whatever if you want to, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Grab a glass of your best liquor and tune into Preezee Does It Live.
See you later. Hasta luego.
Hurry back.
salutations. This is my impression of you not leaving the mortuary when they ask you to get photos. You just be like, I'm saying
I'm walk behind
bye,
the tombstone like it's fake stairs.
just wait here.
We can still see you. No, you can't.
His shoulder be just right there. Hilarious. All right, y'all. See you next week. Bye.